Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the annals of time, uncovering the secrets of our collective past. Today, we find ourselves at the banks of the Hydaspes River, in the heart of ancient India, where one of the most pivotal battles of the ancient world took place. The Battle of the Hydaspes. This epic clash between the armies of Alexander the Great and King Porus of Parava has become an enduring testament to the ingenuity, bravery, and cunning of our ancestors. As we delve into the earliest history of this battle, let us transport ourselves to the sweltering summer of 326 BCE, when the Macedonian army, led by the indefatigable Alexander, began its campaign to conquer the Indian subcontinent. The stage was set for a confrontation that would shake the foundations of empires and leave an indelible mark on the course of human history. We find ourselves in the midst of a complex web of alliances and rivalries, with the kingdoms of Parava and Taxila navigating the treacherous waters of diplomacy and war. The ancient city of Taxila, a major cultural and intellectual center, played a significant role in the events leading up to the Battle of the Hydaspes. It was here that Alexander's ambassador, one Herodotus, had met with the ruler of Taxila, King Ambi, to negotiate an alliance against their common enemy, King Porus. This strategic decision would ultimately prove to be a turning point in the lead-up to the battle, as it allowed the Macedonian army to gain a foothold in the region and paved the way for the clash with King Porus's forces. As we explore the intricate web of alliances, rivalries, and strategic maneuvering that led to this pivotal moment, we begin to appreciate the complexity and nuance of ancient Indian politics. The kingdoms of Parava and Taxila were not isolated entities, but were part of a larger network of city-states and empires that stretched from the Indus River to the Ganges River. The fate of these kingdoms was inextricably linked to the fortunes of their rulers, who navigated the treacherous waters of diplomacy and war with skill and cunning. We see the hand of King Porus, a shrewd and experienced leader, as he prepares his forces for the impending battle. His kingdom, Parava, had long been a thorn in the side of the Macedonian Empire, and Alexander's invasion was seen as a direct challenge to his authority. The stage is set for a clash of titans, with the armies of Alexander and King Porus poised on the brink of a conflict that would decide the fate of empires. As we conclude our examination of the precursors to the Battle of the Hydaspes, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of a new era, one that will be marked by heroism, sacrifice, and the unyielding pursuit of glory. The year is 326 BCE. And the ancient world holds its breath as two mighty armies prepare to collide in a conflict that will shape the course of history forever. Join me next as we immerse ourselves in the tumultuous events that unfolded during the battle itself and witness the unfolding drama that would change the course of human history forever. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we continue our journey through the annals of time, exploring the pivotal moments that have shaped our collective past. Today, we find ourselves immersed in the heart of the battle itself, as the two mighty armies engage in a struggle that will be etched in history forever. The year is 326 BCE, and the stage is set on the banks of the Hydaspes River, where Alexander's army has been marching towards for weeks. The scorching summer sun beats down upon the soldiers, weary from their long march through the Indian subcontinent. As they approach the river, they are met with a formidable sight. The army of King Porus, arrayed in all its glory, with war elephants, cavalry, and infantry at the ready. The battle commences, with Alexander's army launching a daring assault across the river, using makeshift rafts and boats to ferry their troops to the opposite bank. The enemy lines are breached, But the Indians put up a fierce resistance, led by King Porus himself, who rides into battle on his majestic war elephant. The sound of clashing steel, the scent of sweat and blood, and the cries of the wounded fill the air as the two armies collide in a frenzy of violence. As the battle rages on, Alexander's tactical genius becomes apparent as he outmaneuvers the Indian forces, using his cavalry to devastating effect. The war elephants, those mighty beasts that had been the backbone of the Indian army, are slowly but surely neutralized by the Macedonian phalanx formation, their long spears and shields proving impenetrable to the elephants' charges. Despite being outnumbered, Alexander's army fights with a ferocity and discipline that ultimately proves decisive. The Indians, though brave and determined, begin to waver, and soon their lines are broken. King Porus, realizing the battle is lost, attempts to flee, but is captured by the Macedonians. As he stands before Alexander, defeated but unbroken, he utters words that will become famous throughout history. "Treat me as a king," he says, his dignity and pride unwavering in the face of defeat. The Battle of the Hydaspes is a triumph for Alexander's army, but it comes at great cost. The Indians have fought valiantly, and their bravery has earned the respect of the Macedonians. As the dust settles on the battlefield, Alexander orders his men to tend to the wounded, both friend and foe alike, and to bury the dead with honor. It is a moment of humanity in the midst of chaos, a testament to the enduring power of compassion and empathy. As we conclude our exploration of the Battle of the Hydaspes, we find ourselves at a turning point in history, where the fate of empires has been decided by the bravery and cunning of two mighty armies. The aftermath of this battle will be far-reaching, shaping the course of Indian and Western history for centuries to come. Join me next as we examine the decline and legacy of the Battle of the Hydaspes and explore the lasting impact it had on the ancient world. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we continue our journey through the annals of time, exploring the pivotal moments that have shaped our collective past. Today, we find ourselves examining the aftermath of this battle, as we delve into its decline and legacy, and explore the lasting impact it had on the ancient world. The Battle of the Hydaspes marked a significant turning point in Alexander's conquest of India. Despite the bravery and determination of King Porus and his army, the Indians were ultimately defeated, and their kingdom was incorporated into the Macedonian Empire. Alexander, impressed by the valor and dignity of his vanquished foe, treated King Porus with respect and kindness, even allowing him to retain control over his kingdom as a satrap or governor of the Macedonian Empire. As the news of the Battle of the Hydaspes spread throughout the ancient world, it sent shockwaves through the kingdoms of India and beyond. The defeat of King Porus and the incorporation of his kingdom into the Macedonian Empire marked the beginning of a new era in Indian history, one that would be shaped by the cultural, philosophical, and political exchanges between East and West. In the years that followed, Alexander's empire continued to expand, with his armies conquering much of the known world. However, the legacy of the Battle of the Hydaspes was not limited to the military conquests of Alexander. The battle marked a significant cultural exchange between the Greeks and the Indians, with Greek philosophers, scientists, and artists interacting with their Indian counterparts, leading to a rich and vibrant cultural synthesis. The decline of the Macedonian Empire, after Alexander's death in 323 BCE, led to the fragmentation of his vast territories, with various successor kingdoms emerging in its wake. The kingdom of Porava, once again, became an independent entity, but the legacy of the Battle of the Hydaspes continued to shape the course of Indian history. The cultural and philosophical exchanges that had begun during Alexander's reign continued, with Buddhism, in particular, spreading throughout the Indian subcontinent and beyond. As we reflect on the decline and legacy of the Battle of the Hydaspes, we are reminded of the enduring power of human ingenuity, bravery, and compassion. The battle itself may be a distant memory, but its impact on the ancient world continues to resonate through the ages. As the Greek historian Plutarch once wrote, the Battle of the Hydaspes was not just a clash of arms, but a meeting of minds, a convergence of cultures that would shape the course of human history forever. In conclusion, our exploration of the decline and legacy of the Battle of the Hydaspes has taken us on a journey through the complex and fascinating world of ancient India and the Macedonian Empire. Join me next time on History with Herodotus, as we embark on new journeys through the annals of time, exploring the many wonders and mysteries of our collective past. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the